What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you from, Sarah?
Italy.
Italy. Okay, well, the other two people are also Italian. So, Sarah, I'm an animal rights activist.
Okay.
I want to be the voice of animals. So, do you think animals should have rights?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Do you think we live in a world where animals are not treated like the individuals that they are?
Yes.
Yeah. And what would you say? How would you say we see, like, where do we treat animals as objects or not as individuals?
Well, for example, there are lots of companies that do testing on animals, whether it is pharmaceutical companies or makeup companies.
Yeah.
So that is not very ethical from my point of view because they're still like living beings.
Why is that bad, though? Why is it bad to test on animals?
Of course, they don't really have a choice, first of all,
That's
because
a good
they
one.
can't give consent.
I like that.
And you can't really know if it's something good or bad for them because you can't know the consequences that will have on them on the long term. And I think that they still suffer. If like a trial doesn't go good. And today we have lots of new technologies that could allow with algorithm and stuff to redo experiment without the human and living part of it.
Yeah, we have so many alternatives today, right? Yeah, so I agree with you. That let me ask you, how about like killing animals to wear their skin? Is that
I don't like that.
but is that fair? Is that something we should
I
do?
think that we could use the skin of animals that are already dead.
Yeah.
Like if it's old and dies, that is useful because it's like reusing something that would be wasted otherwise. But killing them for that and stop, no, I don't like that.
No. So bringing them into existence to kill them to
Yeah.
wear their skin is wrong. Why is that wrong, though?
Because still it's not like we're killing them for a necessity.
Yeah,
Because
we have alternatives.
yeah. For example, there's like leather, like natural leather, like from I don't remember what was like ecological and like it's not like well in the animal kingdom we are animals too. Like there are animals that kill other animals to eat them because that's what they feed in with and that's part of the cycle of life. But they don't kill them to wear them or something like that. So
It doesn't matter what other animals do.
yeah.
So then, when it comes to food, why don't we apply the same logic? Because we have we have other products. We don't need to eat animals, right?
I think that if we stick to the old, method of environmental friendly, like local businesses and local farms, like we did on the old days. First of all, like the meat would be better, healthier, because it would be without all the additives. And I also think that would be more ethical because the animal is both for like living as an animal and to provide for a single family. It's not sold into a business and it's not like made a prisoner within that kind of production. So I think that it should be like a balance because we are omnivores, so we need meat.
We
There
don't
are-
need meat. No.
Well, sorry, we are used to eat meats from the
Yeah, we're used to it. Yeah.
creation of it, and also we have a option to do like in lab meat. That could be an option if it's good because I don't know enough of that topic to talk about.
But let me ask you this, because you said maybe small farms or local farms.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, local means nothing. Local is just a thing that we invented, that actually the industry has invented to make us feel better about some of our choices, because any farm is local to another place, right? If you think about it, all farms are local to some place. But small farms would still imply we're killing an animal, right? And
Yeah.
knowing that we have alternatives, knowing that we have plant-based meat, we have other options, and maybe we'll even have lab-grown meat, right?
Yeah.
Knowing that we already have other options, is it justified to kill these animals now?
I think that if we have an option, it depends on the singular individual to make the choice.
How do you feel?
I feel that we should look into other options. My mom is a vegetarian, so like she taught me about it, and it's a choice because if you're used to eat certain type of foods, you need to like get used to not eating that, and it's a long process. So if you're willing to do that, I think it's a great choice, and you can live without meat. Like my mom is a vegetarian for like 10 years, and she's good. Like I eat vegetarian pretty much all the time.
But let me ask you this, because you said if you're willing to do it, and
Yeah.
obviously you cannot do, like, nobody can force you into
No,
the
of
choices
course.
that you're making, right? It's about your willingness decides your choices.
Yes.
But does your willingness decide the morality of those choices? No, it does not, right? So do you think that when we choose to buy an animal product, knowing that that exploits and kills an animals, is that a moral choice to make?
I don't think it could be moral because moral rules are based on the culture that we live in. So
I
morality,
can challenge that also if you say that it's based
Well,
on culture, but
it is based on culture actually, because ethical business and moral is based on the values that are within our culture. Like if a certain, for example, if a village in a local, very very far place has not the same values of us, they view something as moral that we view as no moral. So in our community, like right now in you can say Europe, for example, we have center values that will establish our moral, and within our moral, of course, exploiting animals is bad.
But let me ask you
know.
this, because do you think that there's areas in this world where or societies where the ethical rules, the moral rules of society, as you say, are not actually moral? Like, and I can give you an example.
Yes,
Female genital mutilation for women.
I know that. Yeah,
There's areas in Africa where they cut off the clitoris of women.
I know. I know.
Do you think that's ethical to do?
See, and that's the thing, because ethical is. I'm doing actually a module on ethics, so I'm studying it, and that's the thing. Is not within the right and wrong, but in the gray area of it. So when we talk about ethics and we talk about moral, our views are based on our culture and our values. What they do, they think it's right because it's within their culture. I don't think personally that it's right because women should have rights as animals because they're like their entities. But at the same time, we can't detect law on something that other cultures do because their values are different from ours. So if we say this is wrong, they could view it in a different way.
So wait, but during Nazi times when Germans were killing Jewish people, and that was part of their culture, let's say.
That was not part of the culture, though.
But
That
it was
part
something
of,
that they were doing.
Ideology. There was.
What's the
built
difference?
The difference is that the culture is something you live in and you live in and you grow up in, and it's from the basics that is built up from decades. The
So
ideology
it's
is
just the
not like
duration.
that.
So if Germany continued doing this for another 10 years, then it
That's
would have
still
become a
different.
cultural thing.
Ideology could be, but like ideology is like, first of all, it was not really like Nazi built up from fascism, and that had a certain culture. That the difference was that fascism is Europe united under Italy,
Yeah.
while Nazi was Europe united under the white race.
Yeah.
So that's the main difference. And that was not something that was done under the we need to do a better ways, but also because there were like remains of this First World War that had a great impact on the population. So they wanted to have like a second chance, and Italy took that advantage, took the Hebrews and just say, okay, these are the bad guys. We should give them the fault of what happened.
But it's wrong what happened.
It is wrong, of course.
Okay, so I understand you saying that's not culture, that's ideology. But then, by your definitions, then, slavery, which was happening there were generations of people born into slavery and died into slavery. Was that was part of their culture, was it not?
That was part of our culture, actually.
Whoever's culture, but was it moral?
For our current point of view, is not.
But you see, that's
And
the thing
from
about it.
that point of view, also, it was not ethical, but it was, how do you say, sorry, legal.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing about it, because
Yes.
we're not touching on legality. We're touching strictly about the morality of actions.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, you said that morality is dictated by culture, but in reality, it really isn't. In reality, culture needs to evolve with the moral aspect, not morality should be dictated by culture. Because if our culture all of a sudden says that women should no longer have rights, as women have not had rights for hundreds of years, thousands of years,
No, yeah.
it doesn't mean that that is the right thing to do at all. It just means that it's a cultural thing that is happening, which is weird and shouldn't continue, right?
No, of course. Like I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like what I'm trying to say about
It does
ethical.
influence. It does
Yes,
influence. I
of
completely
course.
agree with you that it does influence. And it's not just influences, but the way we grew up is kind of how we get our values.
Yes.
But I believe that we should always still continue to challenge our values
Of course,
because
that's
we
100%
might grow
right.
up in a
Yes,
system
of
where
course.
slavery is okay and we may
course,
think it's
of course.
okay, but we need to continuously challenge it.
course.
So that's why kind of why I'm here because we grew up in a system where we see animals as objects
Yes.
and when we use them for food, for clothing and entertainment. So do you think this is something we should challenge?
I think so, because we always need to challenge ourselves and our beliefs, because we can't assume that our beliefs and our values are the right ones.
Yeah.
Because other people can view the same thing as different, and I might say something a bit controversial, but we all need to assume that everyone's right. Because in dialogue and in the dialogue between different views stands the truth. You know.
I don't think
And-
so. I don't think there is
'Cause-
any truth to people who want to rape other people.
Oh no, that's
I
not.
don't
of
think there's
course.
any truth to people
I'm
who
not
want to
saying
kill other
I'm
people.
not going in that kind of topics. I'm like when there's a debate, for example, and people say, "Oh yeah, we should eat animals. We should." Like, okay, you're saying that because you believe in something, and that's right for you.
But it isn't.
It
Just
isn't
like
for
just
us.
like just like raping somebody. So, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Just like raping somebody isn't right because there's a victim. Eating an animal isn't right because there's a victim.
Yes.
And we have other choices. You don't have to. Somebody doesn't have to
But,
rape, and
yes.
you're not in a position where you have to kill an
I'm
animal.
trying to explain that when we need to challenge something, we need to do it in a certain way that will be accepted. Because otherwise, we will be seen as someone just as opposition.
Oh, I see
When
what you
we-
mean. Like,
yes.
like, yeah,
So
I
find, like,
agree
a
with you. I
common
guess, yeah.
ground And say, okay, I get what you mean, but we can both think differently and find a common ground.
Let's find
to
some
say,
common
yeah.
ground over here.
Yes.
So, do you think factory farming is bad?
Factory farming.
Yeah, it's like the farming where there's a lot of animals. We
Yes.
see them in tight containers.
I
Have
think
you
it's
seen
bad.
the wheel where they
Yes.
hook cows to the?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you think that's
it's
bad, right?
Yes.
Why would that be bad though?
Because it's not natural.
It's
Like-
is it bad for the animal or is it bad for?
For both of us, for both the animal and us.
But what if I told you that there's a study done on 3,000 dairy farms that compared the animal welfare index between large farms and small farms, and it showed that actually the welfare is the same for both small farms and large farms. In fact, it's slightly better for the larger ones. So when we see these machines, we feel very bad about it and we say it's bad because it looks unnatural, because the animals are treated like objects. I see why you want to go. It's fine.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah.
museum tickets booked.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the only thing is that to us it looks bad, but in reality to the animal it's just as bad as the small farming is. So if we think that that is bad and we don't want to pay for it, then we shouldn't pay also for this other thing, right?
That's why people choose to go vegan or vegetarian.
That's why I'm vegan, because vegetarian is not enough. They'd still pay for this. So I'll do this. Can you just, because I want to respect your time. There's a documentary here called Dominion. I'll give you this card. Yeah. Do you think you can watch that documentary just to
of
kind of learn what animals go through?
Of course.
Thank you. And until you watch it,
learn something new.
I appreciate you. That's an open mind, and I love that about you. So do you think you can watch, until you watch it, just don't participate in animal exploitation, like consume a plant-based diet until you watch it?
Yeah.
You're awesome. I appreciate you. Have a good day and enjoy your time at the museum. Cheers.